Trying new things with your music is so important because experimentation is when you find out what works, what doesn't work, and that's when you can start to really see where you want to go with your music and your career. And today I want to share a story with you guys that literally demonstrates this perfectly.
You know that we coming liars. I'ma keep praying to God, tell those little niggas stop it. Tell my mama that I got this. You know that we coming liars.
What's going on, guys? It's Pimp Fried Rice. Welcome to the Music into Millions podcast, the show where we give independent rappers the tools and resources needed to be successful without waiting on a record label. Like I said, today I want to tell you guys a story that literally explains perfectly why it's so important to try new things as a rapper. And not just as a rapper, but in music in general, because this story involves a rapper who's also not really a rapper. Alright, it's me. I started off as a rapper, I'm a producer, but I'm going to explain to you guys what turned me into a rock star, and it all happened this year. So this all started back in, I guess it was like March or May, somewhere around March, April or May, pretty much when Corona started. I had the idea to make a deal on my custom beats, where basically for only $50 you can get a custom beat made however you want it to sound. We link up over video call for 2 hours, I'll cook it up and everything like that. And then you get to keep it exclusively at the end. That was just something because I knew everyone's money was super tight. I was trying to get a little bit more business for me, but also to help people to really just create through this time, because I knew my money was tight, their money was tight, but I want people to still be able to create with all the craziness. So there was this one artist named Lud who reached out to me about getting a custom beat done, and he's like, do you know how to make like alternative type beats, like MGK, like a mix of like rock and rap and everything like that? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest, no, I've never done it before, but I'm always down to try. Like, I love trying new things. So we set up the call, get on the video call. I end up making the beat for him and made one of my favorite beats probably that I've made ever. Like, I don't even know it's really considered a beat. I guess it's an instrumental because it's like rock and everything like that. But there was guitars in there, and the cool part was I actually played guitar on the beat, and it was the first or one of the first beats that I played guitar personally on. So that in itself was super cool, super crazy, because I've been learning guitar now since about January 2019. So about a year and like 10 months at this point. But at that point it was a year and a half. So that was really cool in itself, is the fact that I was playing guitar on this beat, and also that I was kind of stepping outside of my comfort zone and I was making this, rock beat with Lud. So he takes the beat, goes and records a song. He actually sends me the song back like within a day or two. And to this day, this song blows my mind. It's one of my favorite songs that I've ever produced. Lud absolutely killed this thing. He did an amazing job. It's such a catchy song. It's called Damaged Goods. It's out everywhere if you guys want to check it out. I'll link it down below. That way you guys can check the song out. But making that song actually inspired me to try and start putting more guitar into my beats, to try and experiment with some different things, because I was like, if I made a rock beat or like, a rock instrumental, why can't I do it more than once? Why can't I try some other things? So started to really learn and like double down on my guitar, putting it into beats and everything like that. I started to really experiment and listen to more music and stuff like that, because my whole life I've listened to mainly just like rap music, and that was pretty much it. I listened to like a little bit of EDM back in like my 18 to 22 year old age, somewhere in there. A lot of EDM actually, but I never really was like super big into rock. Like I listened to like Pink Floyd and the Beatles and like the stuff that your parents listen to. And then I also was really big into Nirvana, but that was about it. Like, I didn't have a super in-depth look into rock, didn't listen to a lot of rock music. And so by me having this beat done with Lud, it kind of like sparked my passion to like go check out some more music and stuff like that. Didn't really get too deep into it. I just started making more rock beats, which was pretty cool, and incorporating my guitar a little bit more into it. But I have these two friends, Ashley and Pat, and me and Sadie go over their house fairly frequently, maybe like once or twice a month, and we'll have bonfires. And one thing that we do that I really like is we'll just set up like their Echo or their Alexa or whatever it's called, and they'll I was waiting to see if I actually triggered my Alexa, because she just loves to chime in when I say her name. But what we'll do is we'll set it up, and then we'll go around in the circle, and it's just 4 people, and we'll just all pick random songs that we want to that we want to play on the Echo. And we'll just basically jam out, and we'll go around the circle a bunch of times till we get tired, and then we'll go home. Well, pretty recently, I think like a month ago or something like that, we were sitting around the fire, and my friend Pat puts on a song by My Chemical Romance. It's called Mama. And if you haven't heard that song before, you gotta go check that song out. It is so fire. So I have heard My Chemical Romance's songs before, like one or two of their songs, like The Black Parade and like Na 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 Na, that one. I've heard those songs before, so it's not like I was completely oblivious to My Chemical Romance. Excuse me. But I never really like dug deep into their music or went beyond that. So after hearing Mama, because of how amazing of a song it was and how like it really piqued my interest and surprised me, because I was like, this is not what I expected their music to sound like at all, I went into a deep dive, and I've actually been obsessed with My Chemical Romance since then. I've been listening to their music almost exclusively, but I've been listening to a lot more rock, because that kind of like re-sparked my love for checking out new music, because I was like, if I like their music as much as I do, let me go back and dive into some other bands. So I'm into Green Day right now, Foo Fighters. I've been listening to the Tony Hawk American Wasteland soundtrack like endlessly, especially when I'm at the skate park. I feel like obviously it fits perfectly. But where I'm going with this is, now what I started doing is, because I've been listening to such a different style of music, I've been playing my guitar so much more recently. Like, I've actually been more focused on making rock music than I've been making hip-hop music, just because of the fact that like I'm so inspired and so amazed by the different sounds that I hear in this genre. And it's so different than anything that I've done before. I was telling someone the other day, I feel like how I felt when I was like 13, 14 years old, just starting rap and like learning how to write lyrics and learning how to come up with punchlines and stuff like that, because it was so new and so exciting. That's how I feel with music right now, but for rock. Like, I've been making rock songs constantly, just throwing together guitar riff ideas, linking up with other, band members and stuff like that to see what they can help me out with, because I'm not amazing at like playing instruments. I'm still working on it, like guitar and drums and bass and all that. I can dabble on each of them, but I'm nowhere near being amazing. So I've been working with a lot of super talented musicians to really help me get these ideas out again. And what the whole point of this story is, what I'm trying to tell you guys, is the fact that if I didn't try something new back in March with Lud, where it was trying to make that custom beat, a style I've never done before with the alternative rock, I would not have essentially gone down this journey that I'm on right now, to where, I don't know, you guys can't see it on this board up here, I have written 2021 12 singles, because next year I plan on releasing 12 songs as an artist again, not just as a producer. But the cool part is, a lot of these songs aren't hip-hop songs, they're like rock songs. Like, I have songs where I'm just straight singing. I have some songs are a fusion of both, because I don't think I'm ever gonna fully leave rap. Like, rap has my heart, always has had my heart. But the fact that because I tried something new, I'm now on a completely different leg of my music journey than I thought I was ever gonna be before. And that to me is so cool, because now that I'm taking a little bit of this and a little bit of this and I'm blending it together, I'm making music that, one, I've never heard before, but two, other people have never heard before, because there's no one out there who has the same amount of influences that I have. There's no, like, there have been some songs I've done recently where I'm doing like, I don't know if this will make sense to any of you guys, but I'm doing like the glitched drums that Linkin Park used in like their 2003 album, what was it, Reanimation or Reanimated or something, on top of like the hard driving guitars that like Nirvana uses, with like a lot of like the angsty post-punk, pop-punk sounds that like My Chemical Romance was using in their lyrics and the styles and the glam rock and stuff. I'm trying to pull all these influences together, and my brain is just like literally exploding constantly. Like, I'll hear stuff on the radio like, ooh, I could do something similar, or ooh, let me try and do it this way, you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to get across is, I know I'm all over the place, I'm just excited. That's literally how excited I get to talk about rock right now. But yeah, try stuff new with your career. Don't be afraid of, just because it's an area you've never touched before or a style of music you've never touched before, don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. If you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. That just means it wasn't for you, or that means it wasn't the time, and that's perfectly fine. But what you need to know is, the more things you try, the more you're gonna find out what you do like and what you don't like, and that's when you can really start to develop your own sound. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my little rant, my little story about how I went from custom beat producer back in March to full-fledged rock star come 2021. You guys are going to see. Wait on the singles. They're going to be absolute bangers. Trust me, I've been working on a bunch of songs lately. I'm so excited. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. We gotta get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Yeah, man, I'm hype. I'm hype about it. We're gonna get there. I know it, because you guys are the best. And tell a friend to subscribe to the channel too, especially if they're a rapper or a musician or anyone who's trying to achieve their goal. We love everybody with that mindset. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll catch you next week. Peace.